Hello everyone, I welcome you back to our study about fresh air. Last time we have studied about fresh air, different things. But today I want us to look at fresh air as a blood cleanser. I know we use different things to cleanse the blood, but fresh air is something that we can also use to cleanse the blood. It is freely available for everyone. You don't need to buy it. You don't need anything for it. It is easily available for everyone to can get fresh air, and then you cleanse the blood so that the body can receive the blood without impurities. Because the more we receive blood which is impure, the more we get infected by different types of pathogens. So, but for now, I just want to look at what happens, or what is the role of the lungs. It is to remove carbon dioxide from our bodies. This takes place as we inhale. So, since it is to remove this carbon dioxide, where is this carbon dioxide coming from? Carbon dioxide is a waste product from metabolism. And then what is this metabolism? Metabolism is all chemical processes in your body, especially those that cause food to be used for energy and growth. So normally in animals or in us as people, there's a process which is called metabolism, which is a process whereby the body processes the food which we eat into energy which is going to be used for our growth. So for now, as the metabolism process is taking place, there is this gas which is being produced, or this waste which is being produced, which is called the carbon dioxide, and it is only taken out as we exhale, and that happens through our lungs. So the second function which we can talk about, which is of the lungs, it also replenish the body with oxygen, which happens when we inhale. So as we inhale, the body is being replenished with oxygen. So the body will receive oxygen, but it will be held by the heart so that the blood can be purified. So in short, what happens is as follows. The blood will be circulated throughout the body, and as it is circulated throughout the body, it receives the impurities which are there, like the carbon dioxide, and then it is taken back. The blood will be taken back via the function of the heart, or as the heart works, it will be taken back to the lungs, and then when it gets to the lungs, that's where it will be coming to the alveoles with its impurities, or with the carbon dioxide. Alveoles is another part which is found in the lungs, and then when it gets there, that's where it is going to be purified, because you will be inhaling the oxygen, and then the carbon dioxide will be coming there at the lungs as well. So that's where at the alveoles we are going to get the process of gaseous exchange. The gaseous exchange whereby the carbon dioxide will be exhaled, and then the oxygen will be inhaled, and then in the alveoli, through the pulmonary artery, the carbon dioxide will be taken out, and then through the pulmonary vein, the oxygen which we would have exhaled will be taken back to the blood, and the heart will help to pump it back to different parts of our bodies. So I just want us to think a little about always being indoors, whereby we are only inhaling carbon dioxide, or to think about staying at the place where we are inhaling only carbon dioxide, where people are always burning things, where there are always vehicles, where there are always factories, and the air is not pure at all. At all times we are only inhaling this carbon dioxide. So the problem which will be there is that at the alveol, what will be the exchange after all, when the impurities or the blood pumps is pumped throughout the body back to the lungs, then it means when it gets there, instead of taking back the oxygen with it to the parts of the body, now it will be bound to take the carbon dioxide. So it will be an exchange of one gas, which will be the carbon dioxide. So here I just want us to try to think about fresh air. How important is it to get fresh air, so that this process of gaseous exchange will be worked out in a way which will benefit us back? Because if we only inhale carbon dioxide, or we make sure that all we do is to make sure that we are only getting the carbon dioxide, it means that impurities will be accumulated in our bodies, and therefore we are bound to get sick. So I just want us to think a bit. Fresh air is something which mostly as people we might not even consider as something which is important. Just like a mustard seed. When we read this book of Mark chapter 4 verse 30 to 32, it reads, and he said, "Whereunto shall we liken the kingdom of God? Or with what comparison shall we compare it? It is like a grain of mustard seed, which when it is sown in the earth is less than all the seeds that be in the earth. But when it is sown, it groweth up and becometh greater than all herbs, and shooteth out great branches, so that the fowls of the air may lodge under the shadow of it." So this verse is very important. It shows how small is the mustard seed. It is small to the point that even a bird might not even notice it when it is on the ground, because of how it is small. But when it is planted, though small as it is, when it is planted, it brings forth a big or a great tree, which becomes a wonderful habitat to the fowls of the air when it has grown. So just like the fresh air, it might seem to be a small thing, a cheap thing, something which is even not considered by many. And then when we can make sure as people that we get this fresh air, it will be of a greater benefit at last. So thank you. And then as we end here, I would like us to go and think more about getting fresh air. So we'll come back another time and we will continue of other benefits of fresh air. Today we have learned that the fresh air is important because it will purify the blood. That's what we need as well, to purify our blood, so that our blood may circulate being pure and with fresh air throughout our